Hi, I'm Steve Sorensen, and I want to show you a little about how to run the terrific new turkey call I've designed. I've been very successful with it over the last few years. You can see some of the birds that I've shot on these photographs. I call this the NorthernScratchbox. Scratchboxes are popular in the South. They're similar to a standard style of box call like this Lynch call here, except that the lid is separate from the box part of the call in a scratch box, and of course the scratch box is much smaller. When you have a standard box call, that lid and the side rail have one spot that they meet on, and so you basically have one sound or one tone that you make. With this, the sound board, the striker board, and the sound board, you can make contact anywhere along this from length or width, the high spot, the low spot, one end or the other, to get a variety of sounds. With each call that I make, I enclose a set of instructions like this. It kind of gives you the idea. Not long ago, a longtime turkey hunter from Virginia bought two of my calls, and here's what he said. I recently purchased two Scratchbox callers from you, and I already had 5 different ones from known call makers. I want to commend you on your call, as it makes the easiest, best sounding yelps, cutting, clucks, and purrs of all of them. All callers had good workmanship, but yours is the one I will go to next season. He's right. This call will make sweet, quiet purrs, nice, easy clucks, effortless cutting sounds, clear yelps, natural two-tone yelps, and the raspy yelps of an old gobbler. It'll also make a deadly fighting purr. For the quiet, soft purr, just illustrate the sound of that. Notice how I hold the call. I'm right-handed, so in my left hand I hold the striker board between the base of my thumb and these 2 fingers, and I hold the box portion of the call with my finger on that the words NorthernScratchbox and my thumb up high, and I grip it like that to keep this whole soundboard area free to vibrate. I tip it away from my thumb and then just slide it toward my thumb, or scratch it toward my thumb, to make those nice, smooth, easy purrs. So the key is tilting the box away and then drawing it toward yourself. Sometimes all you need to do to get a gobbler to come in is give him that quiet purr of a contented hen. Now for the easy cluck, you heard me do that at the end of some of the purrs. You hold the call the same way as you do for the purr, and quickly strike the edge of the soundboard against the striker board in a light tapping motion, pulling away quickly. To make the cutting sounds, you handle the call much the same way as you do for the clucks, but you make more rapid sounds. You make them closer together, and you make them in various pitches on the striker board, so you string together different sounds. Notice the high and the low pitches. The lower pitches come when you rub it near the edge. The higher pitches come there. The lower pitches come when you strike it near the higher area on the striker board. For the yelp, that higher lower pitch comes into play in the yelp too. At the high spot on the striker board and the high spot on the sound board, you get one tone, and if you move it down to the edge, you get another tone. You can find the spot that you like the best, or the turkey responds to the best. So the lower pitch yelp and the higher pitch yelp. By dragging the soundboard, scratching it in a straight line, you get a clear yelp. By running it in a circle, you get a 2-note yelp that people strive for on the diaphragm call. Most wooden calls can't give you that 2-note yelp. For the raspy yelp of a mature gobbler, you run the soundboard on a diagonal across the grain. All the other calls have been running with the grain. This, I run across the grain of the soundboard. You still hold the box lightly for a nice even vibration of the soundboard for that raspy yelp. In the fighting purr, I think that's the most irresistible call to the stubborn gobbler, and I use it later in the morning for a locator call. Remember how you get the high notes on the edge of the board and the lower notes toward the middle? Well, that's the key to the fighting purr, because you can sound like two different gobblers. I hold the call more tightly with this, with my finger curled around the edge, and so I hold it tightly, you know, between here and here, and I bear down as I run the soundboard across the grain of the striker board. You want to sound like two gobblers that are very aggressive with each other. It might take a little bit of practice, but what turkey call doesn't? And once you get it, you'll be very confident with what I've been testing for 5 years now with a lot of success. More success with my Northern Scratchbox than with any other call I've ever used. Box, diaphragm, slate, or anything. Gobblers buy it, you should too. Thanks for watching.